Hi everyone, I'm Kieran Woodsmith from 81 Vintage and welcome back to my channel. I like to take new stuff and make it look like old stuff, and I'm going to show you how. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I take this charity shop cabinet and turn it into a fantastic apothecary cabinet. If you like this video, please do consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe. Apothecary cabinets are very expensive and they're very hard to come by, and they would have typically been in sort of chemist shops and apothecary shops where you would have gone and bought your medicines and your remedies before you would have got it on prescription from the doctors. So if you saw my charity shop haul, you may remember this cabinet. I picked it up in charity shop for £30. This cabinet sold within an hour of it going in my shop space. Once I brought the piece back, I gave it a good clean, so I cleaned it over with my glass cleaner, and if you haven't seen it, I've got a whole video about how I use glass cleaner in my videos, and I'll include a link up above. Then I give it a really good coat of matte black paint. So this is just Poundland matte black paint. Any black paint would work for this, and I'm just painting the outside. You can paint the inside as well, but I like the two-tone contrast. In this case, I'm not worried about the glass, so I just slap it on there. I actually find it easier to scrape off the glass afterwards rather than worry about trying to mask it off up front. I didn't want too much of a heavy distress on this piece, so I just applied a subtle sanding of 220 grit sandpaper just to even out the paint finish a little bit. But I did hit up the edges just to bring back a little bit of those wood tones. On these cabinets, I like to go for a more antique look, so I like to seal it with wax. This is just a brush on wax that I get from a local paint reuse place. It's obviously an older tin, so it's probably not something you can easily get, but any Sloan wax or something like that would give you an equally good effect. I find that applying waxes on these pieces rather than varnishes just makes them look a little bit older and gives that little subtle difference in the finish. Then it's time to come up with the design, and this is an old tried and tested design that I use. The words that people are mainly looking for are the quirky words like medical diagnosis, drugs, pills, all these types of things that just evoke that real Victorian age of medicine, really. So that's the type of words that I try and include, because if you include those types of words, the cabinet will sell quicker. I'll include a link down below to my blog post where I share with you my artwork, which you can reuse for your own projects. When I'm designing the artwork, I measure the space and then I work to that space. And you want to make sure that you print the design off in reverse so that when you go to attach it on, it's the correct way round for you to paint on. I then pieced the design together and I used double-sided sticky tape just to attach it on. If you're new at painting glass, then I would recommend that you print it off in full colour. Having that difference between the black and the red actually really helps your eyes focus when you're working through. And then it's a case of using a really tiny paintbrush. I am using these 000 paintbrushes that I get from eBay, and they come from China, and they're about £2 for a pack of 10. I'm also using an enamel-based paint on the glass, and I'm using this Revell model paint. Matte or satin black paints work the best, so you want to try and use either of those. You can find that sometimes the paint clumps a little bit and gets a little bit clumpy on your paintbrush. When that happens, it's just a reaction with the air, so just add a little bit of white spirit to your brush and that will help smooth it back out a bit. Also, don't worry too much about being absolutely perfect. When you stand back, the overall effect is really good, and so you don't have to worry too much about following those lines precisely. You can also use the back of the paintbrush just to wipe off any bits that you're not quite happy with. So if there's something there that you're not keen on, or a little bit too much paint, or a little bit of an uneven line, you can smooth it out just using the back of the paintbrush. Once I've painted the outline, I fill in the insides with the gold paint, and again this is just Revell enamel paste paint, and I always use their gold. I find it to be the best gold paint that I've ever seen, and it's really good coverage even though it's a teeny tiny little tin. My friend Toni from DIY and I'll include a link to her channel down below, described these paint pots as paints for ants, and they absolutely are. They are so titchy, but they really stretch really well. And then the final step, and this is sort of optional if it's for you, but for selling it I think it's quite important, I like to go over the gold on top with some more of that matte black or satin black enamel based paint. That just helps seal it in, and it means that you can clean the glass sort of not too roughly, but you can clean it in everyday use and sort of not worry about that coming off too much. Now at this stage I left the top panel open and I offered the item available for sale on my Instagram page. I priced the piece for £150 including customisation. Nobody took me up on it, so I finished the piece off, I come up with a design for the top of the cabinet, I took it into my shop space, and because I've got some things going on in my shop space which I'll announce in a later video, I sold the cabinet for £70 and it sold within an hour. Which wasn't a great markup. Normally I would be looking to sell this for around about £130 to £140. And I actually have a beginner's video with some tips and tricks on how I go about pricing, and I'll include a link to that up above as well. And just while I'm showing you these last couple of clips, I hope you like this video, and if you do, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. Catch you on the next one.